think in a painting, you have to be careful where you put the sharp edges because your eyes only go to that sharp edge. So basically you want to have soft, blurry edges except maybe one point. Looks good.
Lighting is good too, Jenny? Oh, you don't have any light, but the pose is good?
Yeah.
All right, Scott,
Pose looks pretty good to me.
lighting?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, and then me, who has a drawing? Okay, so what I do is I hire model to do drawings, and those drawings are my records. I record as much as I can, and I paint upon the drawings. Renaissance artists do that. Okay, and that's why they have called cartoon. Their drawings are called cartoon. They change for that again and again and use it again. One day this head is in Ghana, that head turned into a prostitute on the streets. They reuse that head over and over again.
I figured I'd do that another time.
I'm interested in art that's kind of messy, because that feels more real to me than art that's very perfect. I feel like life is kind of messy. And so I wanted to make a piece about him, and so I let him design his own trash bag headdresses, and there's 4 different ones. And I told him to just pose in a way that he felt represented these pieces that he was making, because they're super silly, but he also takes them seriously, which I appreciate.
You see the seriousness of Josh and his style. It's a great representation of him, so you should be really happy with it.
Thanks.
Yeah, the general idea was that I wanted Garrett to, as you guys know, he has this general house theme with all of his work, and it's a very important aspect of his life, the idea of building a home. It's very much ingrained in him. And so trying to combine representation of his style and mine into one was really challenging. So I chose this pose because I wanted it to seem like he was working, and it's something that he's building towards. It's not necessarily a weight that's on his shoulders or anything like that.
My muse is I want to make something as beautiful as I see it. I would like to share that with other people. And it's a concept battle. But
So that's a self-portrait first, right?
yeah,
And then, so that is your imaginary views?
I tried to make a situation between a representation of myself in a way.
I have
Tuesday.
Tuesday, Thursday. I have.
Well, unless I can carry on again. Well, yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. If you need me, then.
Yeah, there's that morning one where we're doing this part. So that's public work, so. No, actually, actually the proportion looks fine. Just go ahead and start getting some structure here. I'm not gonna go into the right shot. So this is a ribcage form. It looks cave in, but it's not. It's convex, and this is the side muscle, which is echoing this one right here. Exactly. And then from here to here, those are the hip. Okay, so introduce yourself to her first.
Yeah.
I'll leave it in her hand.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Actually, didn't use any armature. You guys do know sculptors, usually you need to have armature. You just stop, you say, no, I'm not gonna install it.
It's usually.
45 hours now. She didn't sit for 45 hours.
Oh,
You
no.
know.
Filming my best to every day.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and read me. I don't.
The line is not over. The line is not over.
Okay, good. Yeah, for those of you that didn't hear, on Wednesday I came in here to finish it, or Tuesday I came in here to finish it, and there was a line.
Somebody drew a line.
Somebody had drawn a line through it. Luckily, it was a light line. It wasn't-
Intentional?
I think so. It looked pretty intentional. There was actually one line and there was another line that was like horizontal.
You know,
It was way up here too, so I don't think, I mean, you had taken something to it.
And you had it covered.
Yeah, I had it
Seems like
covered,
a
so-
fine.
These are my two best friends who just happened to be getting married together in August. Yeah, together, right?
Not really.
Yeah, they're not getting married
Let's
separately.
hope so.
Yeah. So they're very important to me. I've known them for 2.5 years now. It's going to be 3 years by the time we get married. So I've been with them since the beginning. And I'm also the best man.
Oh.
So it means a lot to me, and this really captures the relationship.
I like Chuck Close and I like Lucian Freud, and it seems like there ought to be a way to marry those two together, so that's what I've been trying to do. And so that's my class project. Of these three, I think that this one is the one I'd like to put in the show, and I'd like to mat it with this space here. And sitting here looking at it, at my drawings compared to the ones we've just gone through, it's apparent that I need to work on my contrast. There's not a lot of contrast in the drawings that I do, and I think it's because I'm so defensive about getting the proportions right and everything else. I forego contrast.
You know, your work is already showing the narrative rather than just a figure sitting in the classroom. So, but well done, Mark. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
that you. Okay, Amanda. Guys, you can take your sketchbook back. See there, some musculature right here that you can get out just swap it. This is one. Okay? So. Actually, we have a more serious issue than the arms. Let's get the torso back.
My final project I use is my fiance, and I wanted to explore anatomy a little bit, just sort of because he's going to be an anatomy professor, and he actually got accepted to his school, so I was very excited for him. With this project, it was interesting because I had to look at reference photos a lot of the muscles, and so I enjoyed that process a lot. I feel like it's just sort of a study still, but it's something that I would like to explore more. I really enjoyed it.
So
So
it's a good start.
Yeah.
You don't see it.
I feel like this semester was a transition. Like I think I know what I'm going to do next semester.
I'm asking people, why are hands so difficult to draw? So it's actually actually acknowledged everywhere, even museum curator knew about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to follow that.
And yeah, it's very, hands up, very difficult. Another artist, actually, Sargent, John Singer Sargent, his hands are so good. And the thing is, he did not labor. Most of the hands that we saw that are successful are labor true. Which is labor true structures are there. But Sargent just painted it in.
Yeah.
And
Loosely.
loosely, yes, and it works, yes. So, even the subtlety, because the tone paper is not heavily toned, it's also very subtle.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful drawing, almost like a 15th century old master drawing. I don't know if you guys know this, it's not old big masters, but it's called Filippo Lippi. Joe would know. I think I showed it to him. But, yes.
So this is not the idea I originally went for. I'm trying to change it only because I want a little personal. I don't know. I thought I would kind of like share a little bit, because if I just kind of like tell you the idea, it won't really make sense unless I just get a little deeper with it. This year's been a different type of year, I guess, for me, like mentally, emotionally, stuff like that. So I wanted to also lay out 3 pieces that I didn't really realize it until like later on that how I was feeling that particular day or week. It really drastically showed as I would draw, and I never like noticed before until we met and talked about it at the end of the semester. Just kind of was like, oh, I really like doing these awkward, I guess, croppings where they would show up nice compositionally, but like stuff that kind of makes you a little bit uncomfortable first when you look at it, kind of cropping, and that's when it's my final. And my original idea was to do my boyfriend, and I love him to death, I really do, but that boy can't model. You ask him to sit down, and this, like this, will turn into, so, I'm gonna scratch that, but.
I don't know, I mean, as you can see, I like working with charcoal and contrast, and the reason why I like working with charcoal, because I can get fast contrast. And I learned that I like drawing the male figure more, which I don't know why, but I think it's because there's more details I can put, like facial hair and stuff like that.
And guys, this is what I'm looking for in the final project, because I already know how you guys are capable of doing the in-class drawing. But if you can take that discipline and work outside the class and to create something like this, to surprise me, to shock me, that is the best gift you can ever give a teacher, by the way. Okay, I'm giving you guys gifts by teaching you. This is the best way to pay me back, by showing something that you learned from me, and also you're making something wonderful for yourself.